Why doesn't he want me? This can be a difficult question to ask, but let's explore that in today's video. I'm Jade Diamond, dating and love coach, and I help purpose-driven women to ignite their feminine power, clear energetic love blocks, and naturally attract and keep their soulmate. So when it comes to why doesn't he want me, or like why doesn't he want to have a relationship when we're having such a great time together? I don't understand. I definitely get this question from women, and there can be a couple of things. There's no one answer often to these kinds of things. We are emotional creatures. We have different wants and needs at different times. The first thing to really remember is that we're all ready for a relationship at different times. What I've noticed is that women are often relationship ready, in that no matter what else is going on in their lives, they can hold that, whether they're busy at work or they're trying to make more money or they've got stuff with family going on, they can hold that and a relationship. And what I've found often with guys is that sometimes when they're especially when they're in like a building phase in their life, or something's, gone wrong for them and they're trying to rebuild something, the focus isn't on relationship. They can meet an incredible woman that they think's fantastic, but they can kind of be okay that the timing's off for them, that they're actually not ready for a relationship. That's not their main focus. The main focus in their life is elsewhere, whether that's sometimes it's pursuing a particular kind of woman that they see themselves with. And even though they might meet someone else that they have a fantastic relationship with, they have a fantastic connection with, they don't see themselves settling down with that person. And unfortunately, sometimes what we do is we make that mean something about us, that I'm not good enough. We have all this chemistry, we have all this connection. Why does he not want me? Why will he not go for it with me? And we make it mean that it's something wrong with us. And that's not always the case. Sometimes it's just there's not enough chemistry for him, or there's not enough of something, that he sees himself with. And that's why. And sometimes it's just that he's just not at a place in his life where he's ready to settle down. And women can think because they are ready, and because the energy is good, that they should be ready as well. And it just doesn't work like that. And we have to respect that. If someone is not in a place where they're ready to form a relationship or form a relationship with you, it doesn't mean that there's something wrong with them. It doesn't mean that they have emotional issues. It doesn't mean that they had a terrible childhood. It can just mean that they're not ready, and that's okay, The worst thing you can do is try to convince someone that they should want a relationship with you, or that you put your life on hold. Sometimes, I've heard someone say, well, it just needs more time. It just needs more time. It just needs more this. If I did more of this, if I did more of that, if I was less this, if I was less that, would he want me then? And it's a big mistake to try and mold yourself into a person that you're not, because you molding yourself into a person that you're not is likely going to make him respect you less, and therefore be less attracted to you, because he knows you're always on tap, that you're always available, that no matter what he does, you're going to be there. Instead of it elevating you in his mind, actually you decrease your own, as you're decreasing your own self-worth, your own truth, you're kind of decreasing your value in his eyes as well, because you're not standing for who you are and what you want. And of course, there's no fear of loss. So, a woman who is like naturally magnetic has high self-esteem and isn't afraid to walk away. So if what you really desire for your life isn't being served here, you're not afraid to go where it will be served. And it's important. That's really important. because if you have an energy with someone, a chemistry with someone, and perhaps you've been dating for a while, but he doesn't want to put a label on it, and he doesn't want a commitment, that's just where he is. But sometimes it's because you're always readily available and he doesn't need to. He's not actually had chance to actually assess whether he's afraid of losing you, because he's never had to face that prospect. And so you've got to really stand in your own truth and stand for your own standards. Like, what is the standard of life that you truly desire? And is it being matched with this person? Something you can say when you've had a great experience with someone and you really want to meet someone special is to just have that conversation. It's like, I love spending time with you. We have a great time together, and I'm really ready for someone special, and I would love to go deeper with you. I would love for that person to be you, and I really respect that perhaps we're not on the same page, and I really respect where you are in your life, and I know what I want, and I know where I'm going, so I'm going to be moving on. You don't have to make a big explanation. You don't have to bend over backwards. You don't have to say, but I can give you a chance and it can be you. It's like you standing for what you really desire in your life. And he can spend some time and think about that. And often this is what will happen. He will spend some time thinking about that. Whether he really wants to step up, and form a relationship with you. But often that doesn't happen until you make it really clear that you're not kind of willing to be in this are we, aren't we, will we, won't we, kind of on and off, hot and cold kind of experience, that you're actually really ready to build and connect with someone and go deeper and build a life with someone and kind of have, more of that kind of solid connection with someone. But you've got to be willing to walk away. That's the piece. You can't just, keep threatening, you're going to lose me and I'm going to go with someone else. But then you never do. Like, you have to be willing, like after a week or so, when he doesn't come back to you and say, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go forward, I'm really ready for this, then you have to be willing to walk away and put your energy and attention into someone who is ready. Now, it might be that, in a year's time, he's ready. Maybe you'll be with someone and maybe you won't. But he's willing to risk that. That's what you have to understand. He's willing to risk that. Where he is in his life right now, trust me, he knows the situation. He doesn't need you to convince him. Doesn't need you to give him so much more time. He knows the situation. And sometimes it's just that he is more committed to where he is. And you have to be accepting of that. And I think one of the biggest things that you can do is start to detach, making it mean something about you, that you're not enough. And often this is what can keep a woman hanging on and hanging on and hanging on, is you don't want to face this awful feeling that I'm not enough. So you keep making excuses for someone who actually doesn't want to be in a relationship. Set them free, cut them loose. Grieve it, it's okay. Like, feel your feelings, be true. If you're actually in love with that person, it's okay. You're going to survive it, feel it, release it, let it go, and let yourself be available for someone who does want you. Because here's the thing, if you have to really, 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 really convince someone, then they're not the right person for you anyway, because there'll be someone that you meet where it feels easier, and this kind of fairy tale that when you meet someone that you love, like everything is easy. That's not true. Everybody has their things to face, their demons to face, their issues to work through. But you'll know where you stand and it will feel a lot easier. You won't have to convince that person, because they'll know that they want to work through these things with you. Does that make sense? So don't be afraid to walk away. Really be strong in your own self-esteem, and don't make it mean that there's something wrong with you. You have to put your energy and attention into those who put their energy and attention into you. So send you lots of love. I know this can be a difficult one, but heal your heart and get back out there.